Hello, we are live again. Cool. So, right off the bat, I have, well, I can't announce anything yet, but there's some cool stuff happening for next week's live stream. Something very, very different, but I think you guys are going to really enjoy. So, stay tuned for that. I'm sure I'll post about that pretty soon. Yeah, anyway. If you didn't get a chance, this week I released a backing track, which is taken from one of the pieces from my first big lesson on the 10 odd meters you need to know. So it's kind of a tricky prog fusion backing track in 5/8. So if you want to take a swing at soloing over that, give it a go. I also put a little lesson out for that. And you can find that backing track and the lesson and some notes and tips on my Gumroad, which is my official store. You can pick that up. I think it's like $1 or $2 or whatever. $1.50 maybe. I can't remember. But yeah, Sense of Gravity reunion. We are currently on like an extended hiatus. And that just has to do with everyone's life at the moment. Some of us don't even live. I think there's only 2 of us really that even live in the area anymore. I'm near Seattle, by the way. And people have had kids. Since I joined A Sense of Gravity, I've had 2 kids. Brandon, the keyboardist, had a couple kids. Chance, the bassist, had a kid. Brendan and CJ moved, so we're just kind of in a weird place, I think, for doing A Sense of Gravity. Unfortunately, still love all that music. And hopefully someday I think we'll probably try to do a reunion album, put another album out. But we want it to be the right time because we do A Sense of Gravity because we love it and it's fun. And, we want to make sure when we do it that we feel the inspiration is there and all that. So that's kind of what the deal is with this Sense of Gravity at the moment. But in the meantime, you get to just listen to me without the rest of the band, which is far inferior. But I'm gonna do. Speaking of A Sense of Gravity, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do later on in the stream. I'm gonna try to relearn an old solo of mine. So if any of you guys are familiar with either my solo album, The Ascent, or A Sense of Gravity's album, hello. I don't know about professor. I only have a bachelor's in music, so I don't know if I'm not enough to be a professor or a doctor, but I'll take it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, if any of you guys are familiar with any of my previous outputs, if there's a particular solo that you think is crazy and you'd like to see me try to relearn it, let me know, because I haven't played any of my own music in a while, and I thought it might be kind of fun to like look back and see if I can even play some of my old stuff, because it's been a really long time since I've done the kind of extreme shreddy metal stuff that I did on my last album and with A Sense of Gravity. So, but in the meantime, my fingers are really sore because I was playing bass. I got a bass a couple months ago back there. I was recording some bass just before this, and man, my calluses are not built up yet, so it's killing my fingers. So I'm going to hold off on playing for a few minutes. I'm going to continue writing this thing that I been working on the last couple of weeks. And I'm kind of just slowly putting pieces together. Gravity well, that tapping part in the verse. Oof. Okay. Yeah, I can give that a shot in a minute once I do a little bit more composing here. Yeah, that would actually be an interesting one to talk about because its rhythm there is really insane too for that part of Gravity Well. So it might be interesting. I can bring the tabs up on screen when I do that and see if I can play it. It's been a long time. So I've been writing this thing. I started with this tapping idea. It was in 11/16, and then I added some heavier bits. And I have I'm kind of slowly putting ideas together. And what I'm going to try to do today is see if I can't string a couple of these ideas together to create like the beginning of a song. So I'll play what I have so far. You can hear that. idea. And then a riff. So those are the 3 ideas I've got right now. They're all pretty cool. They're related to each other rhythmically. So they're going to all fit together, I think, just fine. But I kind of got to figure out how I want to do that. So I think this heavier idea here is going to be towards the beginning. What I'm thinking is that this is going to be a song with vocals, which is something I'm going to start doing hopefully more often with the Prog School. But the first, 6 months or so, all the songs I've written for it are instrumental, just because it's easier with the resources I have. But I have some vocal ones planned for the back half of the year, and going forward, hopefully, like half of the tunes at least will be vocal things. So I am thinking this one's going to have vocals. I can kind of picturing what kind of a song I want, as I'm going here. So what I want to do is kind of work on it, put some of these ideas together into an intro, maybe, that can then move into what might be like a verse. So we've got this idea here, and I think this is going to be my introduction, or near the beginning anyway. Now I could just have it kick in right like that, but I think I might have take this idea and maybe kind of give myself a little intro into it. So, and I'm thinking some sort of crazy keyboard orchestrated thing into it. So we've got, I haven't added any synths in here yet. Let's do a lead synth. What are the time signatures? 5/8 to 6/8. Okay. I got to put these in. The joys of writing prog. 5/8, 6/8. 5/8 and 6/8. Does it then? Why did he get rid of all the future? Guitar Pro, man. Like screwed up the time signatures after that. That's fun. This is why you should just write in 4/4. You don't have to deal with this. But I can't. I just can't. Okay, good. There we go. Anyway, so I'm going to take this rhythmic idea. I'm just going to copy and paste maybe one of the guitar parts into a lower synth here, like the right hand of a synth. Let's move it up an octave. Actually, no, I think I maybe liked it down. But let's change the clef. Okay. Now, but what I don't want it to sit on a single note, because that's not really possible to do on a keyboard. So I'm going to have it do some sort of a run, like a diminished run, I think. Lost my pick there. And if I do a cool run, I think I can maybe have that doubled with something else later. Now when you're doing fast keyboard parts, you got to make sure you don't hang on one note for too long, because keyboardists can't really physically, like you can to a certain point, but if I'm trying to That's insane. Okay, it's cool though. I think this is gonna give me the right idea anyway. And then it went to E. Okay, no, here we go. I got it. I'm going to do. I'm gonna make the higher notes happen later. So no. So maybe I'll just do. Need like a chromatic idea. I'm kind of using a diminished scale, which is what that riff later on is doing as well. So, well, I guess because it's going up to a higher note, I can just actually just go down. All right, so I'm going to copy and paste the first half of this here, and then it's going to go higher the second time because it's a little bit of a longer rhythm. Okay, here we go. I've got it. So what I'm going to do is we have these sort of like dissonant notes that are holding over each other in the higher parts. I'm going to do that in, let's just put those in an organ for now. That might subject to change. Treble clef. What I'm trying to do is to get some sort of synthesized, orchestrated sort of intro before the full band kind of kicks in. Then it'll kind of ramp. I'm thinking it's going to do this and then ramp into when the full band kicks in. Just instead of starting off just right away with the loudness. Let's do one more octave up, and I'm going to get rid of the runs here. And I'm going to have this keyboard continue doing these faster runs down below. Here's that's wild. And this, because I'm in diminished scale, I'm just going to move this up a minor third. So I'm going to shift it up semitones. 1, 2, 3. Now I might do, let's just copy and paste that for now. So that's 3/8 notes worth. I might do something really dissonant. Like, literally just half steps. That's cool, actually, I think. Now I gotta figure out what kind of instrumentation I want here, but I'm just trying to get some ideas down to her. That's maybe too gross. I'm gonna add another note in there. Maybe get an F in there too. Actually, maybe Siri, I don't want you. Maybe get an. We start higher. We start with a G. I'm just gonna say that that's okay for now, and I'm just trying to kind of sketch out an idea that I think is pretty good. I'll come back and get the details later. Let me get this lead synth up in the mix a little bit. Okay, and I think I'll probably have this go twice. So we'll get like. Yeah, and then I'm going to have some sort of a build into this. Okay. While I'm thinking about it, let me actually do, because this I need to go again, I think, once the full band kicks in. I'll have it go twice. Oh, here's an idea. Okay. So then it goes to this extended version where it's 7/8 to 4/4 instead of 5/8 to 6/8, and I'm just adding on eighth notes to each measure. So what I'll do when it gets to that is I'm actually going to have the rhythm instruments play this crazy fast riff or a variation on it where the notes are moving, and instead of just staying stagnant on one. So for example, right? Actually, I think that works. Now I have to copy that across the instruments just to make sure. And now, when it does that too, I don't think I'm going to want them to do the. I'm just going to make sure this I can play this. Just some tremolo picking. What are the notes? That's cool. And I might harmonize those too. So we're going to stick with the triplets here. Now I'm dealing with odd time signatures, so I have to make sure the groupings are okay. Let me see how this goes here. I suppose I should make those notes line up with the keyboard notes. Yeah, okay. The idea's cool. I think air drumming. Air drumming. I'm going to do a blast beat because why not? I'm just going to do a 16th note blast beat. So actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is just fill in this space with kicks, fast kicks. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, let me just copy the drums. Okay, so got this longer thing here. Let's see if I can't put that in this 4/4 section. And I'm just copying this keyboard part over. I just want to see how it's going to work. And then we have G sharp, G, and then C sharp. This is going to be hard to play. But such is life. Okay. Okay. Now that I've got that in there, let's listen to from this pretty keyboard on. That's actually really cool. I'm hearing some creepier sort of like melodic things happening at the beginning over top of that like weird stuff going on. I'm not going to worry about that now, but yeah, that's a cool sort of thing. So if I do the 7/8. All right, cool. I think maybe if I do it right, I can maybe go directly into this next riff. So Sorry, I had to adjust something there. Yeah, I might just turn that last measure there into the transition in more of a straight sort of so I have the keyboards go into the next part and do like just a big old C sharp. Maybe they'll slide off that too. Yeah. And what else is doing that part? No. What's going on? Oh. There's your problem. Gosh. What I'm going to do is because I want to get into this where it's doing 16th notes here in a minute. So I'm going to kind of lead into that by switching to 16th notes here. So kind of setting up. I don't remember what notes I was doing. I just want to set up into that next heavier riff. Now I gotta have other instruments do that too. Not vibrato. Gonna put in like a real lame fill for now. So I need an extra note in the keyboards, I think, to line up with that too. What am I playing? A G sharp or A flat, so that's going to be in there. Just going to do that for now. Just kind of picking notes from diminished scale. Okay, let me listen to what I got so far. And then I'm going to try one more thing, and then I'll move on to something else. Okay, that actually works fairly well. Now what I want to do is create some sort of melodic thing, because I don't really have any, like, I have these little like dissonant higher notes, but I don't really have like a melodic figure of some kind. And I'm hearing that this melodic figure could happen creepily at the beginning here, but it also could happen over that sort of heavier, faster riff towards the end of this, what I have so far as well. So I'm just going to put the first thing that kind of pops into my head. Maybe we'll do this on piano. Alright, so I'm actually going to have it harmonize this. Now I'm trying to make these things line up rhythmically. I mean, I could have it float over the beat too, but actually I think I'm going to have it float over the beat there. Meaning like it's not going to line up exactly with the rhythm, so I'm going to do like that. When you're dealing with rhythms with odd times, like melodic rhythms with odd time signatures, like you can, it's good to have them sync up, but it also can be cool to have them just kind of not always be hitting the downbeats of stuff too. I actually have to offset that one more. Actually, we'll do. No, I think I liked it before. Oh, that's cool. I'm just going to copy that for now. Now I'm going to attempt to see if I can get that same melodic idea over this heavy riff for the end. I like to have melodic, even if they're kind of weird like this, kind of to, you know, supplement the main rhythms. So I got to think about what's happening here rhythmically. I just need to extend this by a quarter note, and then these would just be half notes. I'm rhythmically augmenting this, making it a little bit longer to fit in with. So there's 3 and 2, so it'd really be 4 and then 3. And this is what was that? 2/3. So it'd probably actually be like this. Now, I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm just gonna spitball this in. It's too long. Like, what if I halved it? I might just have to have it kind of float around the beat a little bit more. So it'd be like. I actually don't like the way that that's line sounds harmonically, so I'm gonna go. Here we go. Ugh, man, I'm not sure this is gonna work, but this is me experimenting, so. Yeah, so I think I need to just have that be a rest and have it so here. And then I'll just have this be a whole note. Gosh. Yeah, let's be a half note. I might have to modify the melody a little bit there, but at least we have some kind of a continuity between the beginning and here. So let me listen to all I have here, and then we're at 40 minutes, then I'll go on to playing something. So. Okay, cool. I think that little melody, when it comes back, I would let the riff happen first before that melody comes back in. But I'm starting to get some more pieces together here. I'm having a little bit of a rough time figuring this out, but you can see how I might try to like work through the difficulties when composing. It's like sometimes things just fly to you like that, and like that's probably never going to happen when I'm live stream composing, because I'm like thinking about it too much and trying to do something cool for you guys. But a lot of times when I'm writing music, it's like sometimes things will just happen. Be like, oh, and there's an entire song and like that, and then other times it's a struggle. So you got to watch me struggle there for a while. But I'm coming up with some ideas that I think are pretty cool. Now, someone asked me about playing the gravity well tapping part. Now, I haven't done this in a long time, so actually I'm going to have the tabs pulled up here. You can pick up tabs for the Ascent. There it is right there. On my Bandcamp, and they're also on my official store, my Gumroad. If you'd like. I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's like $4 for 4 tabs. I haven't tabbed the whole album. I've tabbed 4 songs, but this is one of them. Now this is a tricky 2-handed spot. I'm actually not going to use the pick at all, and I need a clean tone. It's like a very compressed, clean tone that has some attack, so you can do this sort of 2-handed tapping stuff. And I haven't notated the left hand part, but let's look at the rhythm. So we're in 19/8, so really it's just groupings. So we have a group of 7. I believe I do that group of 7 again. Yep, group of 7. Then there's a group of 5. Yes, a group of 5. Then a group of, is it 7 again? Yeah, 7 again. And then, is it 7 again? Yeah, 7 again, and then 6. So 7, 7, 5, 7, 7, 6. Does that equal 19? Math. Anyway, I'm just going to kind of go through it one. So I'm going to take each one of these patterns separately. I haven't played this in years, so we'll see how this goes. There's your first pattern of 7. Using the hairband here because with this kind of 2-handed tapping stuff, it's really hard to do cleanly like this, because I'm really kind of treating the guitar like a piano or something like this. It's the tempo on this. It's not too bad. So I have these like power chord shapes. So 9 on the A string, 11 on the D string, then 14 on the D string, 12 on the A string. You can just practice that. Actually, I don't do this kind of stuff very often, so it's a little bit weird for me. But same deal here. And then, what's the 5? And then it goes down. So I shortened that to a group of 5, so just one with the left hand. And those lower notes match the rhythm guitar, as you can hear it. Dun, dun, right. This is in the F-sharp Dorian mode, if you're curious about that. And then it's back to the first one, I believe. Yeah, so. Go. Now that's most of it. That's up to there, and then the whole pattern shifts up. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, let me try the whole thing. Oops. Now I'm going to throw Guitar Pro on. I don't know if this is going to sync up with the streaming, but I'm going to throw Guitar Pro on at like 50% and see. I need the click. 2 notes at the very end. I'm adding 1 extra 16th note. That's good. All right. Goes to a different pattern. That pattern is actually much easier. This first pattern is the tricky one. Okay, so there it is at 50%. I mean, anyone just jumped on. I'm trying to relearn this tapping bit from my song Gravity Well. I have an awesome, I guess it's an animated video that I have for this song, made by, who did it? Crystal Spotlight. They did some of Haken's music videos, and I really liked what they did, so I hired them to make the animated video for this, and it's really cool. I'm super proud of it. I should probably reshare it again because I don't know, some people probably haven't seen it. Anyway, so that's 50%. So I have a decent handle on the pattern here. So I'm just gonna try to, on my own, work up the speed a little bit, and then I'll jump back in here and try to play along at 70% or something a little bit higher, and see if I can't maybe get up to tempo here. Before the end of the live stream. Guitar up in classical position here. It's really tricky to keep this even. My goal was for this to sound as much like a synth as possible because I didn't actually have any synthesizers on this album. I did that on purpose, so I kind of had the guitar take that role. And the idea here was, I'd probably double this kind of stuff with piano normally, but yeah, or even just have it be a synth and not do it on guitar. But it's fun, challenge yourself. But this double fingered tapping, it's actually I'm using 3 different fingers sometimes, it's tricky, and it's really hard to keep it even because I want it to be as sort of like robotic as possible in this instance. Like some of those that stuff is hard to do evenly, and it's also hard with the clean tone too because I have to tap quite hard even with the compression this high. I have to tap pretty hard to make sure that it's kind of coming through as evenly as possible. I think I'm actually fairly close to tempo there, so let me try to play along at let's do 80%, see how that goes. Wow. Okay. I definitely need to do a little bit of work. I'm just gonna try it at full speed just to see if I can even really manage that. Oh, yes, I definitely should reshare that video because I love it. The Ascent was written as all separate pieces because there isn't really any musical themes that tie throughout. I did kind of make a little bit for myself, a little bit of a theme with the titles because I'm really bad at writing titles for songs, like for instrumental songs especially. I can never come up with titles. So I thought maybe if I have some sort of a little story just in the titles part of it, I can label these things properly. So the first song is Escape Velocity. So like, oh geez, actually that's funny. I have a student who's learning the lead solo part of at the end of Reignition right now. So I kind of actually looked at it today for the first time in a while. That's really tricky. That's one of the hardest things in the whole Ascent. It's that slidey part. That bit that I just played terribly. Obviously not with a clean tone either, but yeah, that part's really hard. That's not a bad idea. I could try to relearn that here at some point. The actual solo that happens after that slidey bit's not too bad, and it's kind of like straight ahead shred stuff. But yeah, no, Reignition's probably the most difficult one to play. I think from just a technical standpoint, it's the most kind of shreddy, straightforward shreddy one. But what was I saying about the song title? So like Escape Velocity would be like leaving Earth, right? In the Solar Storm, you get caught in a storm. That's like the second song. Then the Gravity Well sucks you back down to Earth. Then you're falling. That's the Fall, which is song number 4. And then Reignition is you take back off again. And then the Ascent is the final ascent out. So that was kind of the idea anyway with the titles. And the artwork goes along with that too. And I guess that video actually too is kind of, for Gravity Well, kind of does that where you're getting sucked down, right? Because that's what a gravity well is, getting sucked back into gravity. So the Gravity Well, you get in the video, there's like these two kind of spheres. They get sucked down, and then they end up popping back up at the end of the video. So, all right, I'm going to give this bad boy a go at 100% here. This is probably not going to go so well. I haven't done this in so long. It's fun though. It's kind of rolls off the fingers pretty well once you get it down. Let me look at the secondary part here. What's cool about this is it's still in 19/8, but I kind of have these groups of 16th notes that continue, and then I just sync it up at the end, so it's like. Is this faster than the actual tempo of the song? I'm not sure if my guitar profile is actually faster than the final song. Yeah, there we go. How many times did that go? 6 times, and then I add an extra. Camera timed out on me there. Not that fast. Let me see if I can get into that. Oh, it changes chords there. Oh, man. Yeah, so that's that, and then it's back into the main tapping riff. Yeah, it's a cool bit, and pretty tricky. It kind of gives that like spacey vibe that I was going for with the Gravity Well. And then there's this muted kind of sweeping picking part. It's a really weird sound, but so I let the top notes pop through, and I palm mute the rest. And this is 19/8 as well. So it's like a group of 6, 6, and then I add a note on to make 7. Yeah, Steve Vai for sure. Vai was a big influence on me. Well, I guess probably still is. But yeah, all that kind of stuff. And then there's harmonies later on too. That's a very Vai thing. Actually, the part right after the solo in Escape Velocity too, that's probably like the most Vai-ish part, at least in my mind. There's like 4 or 5 guitars all harmonizing at once. So I do that kind of stuff every once in a while. I don't, Vai was a big influence early on. I don't really, I guess that influence is still always there, but it's not like I listen to Steve Vai much anymore. But this part's really weird. You want that really aggressive sound. So I do like a split coil sound. Once again, trying to make it sound as much as like a machine as possible. So there was definitely a decent amount of editing that went into it as I went along. Oh yeah, this is like really way buried in the background. I'm not even sure that it comes through the mix that well, but there's this. I go in. I remember. That's right. Yeah, 4 times and then 5 times. Oh, it's fun. I wanted all these weird textures kind of in the background on this crazy heavy part. Yeah, this part is crazy. It's stupid. It actually sounds really cool though. If actually I was in the wrong pickup there. If you can pull it off. Yeah, the upstroke sweeping is weird. I'm actually, the way I hold my pick, the upstrokes work pretty well. Yeah, I went for kind of a textural sound thing that makes it sound cool. Palm muting is always a good choice. I'm actually, I'm at an hour here, so I'm gonna end the stream here in a minute. But somewhere I'm going to see if I can find it real fast. If not, maybe I'll look at this next week. In my mind, I have an idea I had this a while ago, and maybe I'll do this for the Prog School, to do a vocal version of Gravity Well. I think it would work super well to add vocals into it. I don't know what you guys would think, those of you who are familiar with the song, but I can totally hear it because you have like the bigger melodic sections, and you also have like the middle section would definitely be a place for some over the top metal vocals, and I'd probably make CJ from Essential Gravity do it. Yeah, 8-string. It's right there. It's my cheapest guitar, and I hardly ever use it, but sometimes you got to have those 8-string riffs. This is probably the song that has the most 8-string that I've ever written. Although I have one coming. It won't be towards the end of the year that I've written for the Prog School. That's like all 8-string, all the riffage and stuff. So that should be fun. I'm excited about that. I could have sworn I had Gravity Well vocal version that I was working on. Maybe not. Oh yeah, no. I titled it Gravity Well: A Sense of Gravity. Or because I've thought, hey, Christmas Gravity might play it, but did I even do anything on this? I'm wondering now. Ooh, yeah. What do I have the vocals doing here? This is fun. I'm gonna see I'm just gonna spend like 2 minutes on this before. Let's solo these background vocals. Oh, that's cool. So these would be like vocals. Listen, it's a cheesy Guitar Pro vocals, but ooh, I put some pads in there too. Main vocal. Meets the guitar. I'm not sure how well that melody works on guitar, but it's not up an octave too high. Ooh. I obviously did more on this than I thought. Yeah, there we go. That's my idea. That kind of goes along with the riff. All right, I'm 100% going to do that at some point. If you guys think that would be cool, I think it'd be the song would be. Let me just make it. I'm just going to make it in the Prog School folder here. There you go. Boom. Yeah, I think it would be fun to do. And I can see that being something that would sound really cool and probably be enjoyable. Cool. All right. Yeah. So I've got a special live stream next week. Very different sort of a thing. I'll announce it. It's not going to be, it's going to be with someone else. Let's put it that way. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in today. Next week is a special one. And then after that, the following Monday, a week from Monday, comes my next big Prog School lesson and the first full song from the Prog School. So I'm excited about releasing that. And in the live stream in a couple of weeks, I'll talk all about that one, that song, and answer any questions or whatever. So as always, thank you for watching. Share the love. Spread this around. I'm trying to make this a place where all prog lovers can come and hang out and learn some stuff and make a little community. So, but for those of you who have been tuning in and commenting, I appreciate it a lot. And I will see you next week. Stay proggy.